So guys, I can't wait to have the delectable. Give me music.
Yes, sir. Are you ready? Nice to meet you. Just say word.
Came out to.
It will shock you like this. See me yeah.
I've been very busy now. They shall leave me, yo. I'm telling you, Mr. Dele Farotimi.
Oh, be aware. Check them out.
Spray you down. Nobody is drinking water. Sulaco better, I'm loving fun. That's my son, I'm a loving daughter. Which I say,
Everyone, I know you know I really love you. Shema, bless brother. And thank you for waiting for Mr. Dele Farotimi. The man I saw the interview on. I write yeah.
That was the one yeah. See what?
Tell me what?
Vanessa, you don't take your fine face no matter.
Shakara don't end. I'm not trying to find it. MC love me.
La vida loca. When you don't finish, you remember.
Shakara don't end.
Let them see you finish.
They go finish your biscuit. They go finish your sweet.
Now Shakara don't end.
Let them see you finish.
Finish your biscuit.
Thank you for watching from Florida. Where are you watching from? Grab your flag. Bad boy teams next.
Say I'm not sick of the back. So the money can go like back. Cause it's like I don't let to the car. To the broke any goddamn time. Say before no be property. You don't know before no be celebrity. I said no good take it to the security. Shakara don't handle. So let them see you finish. They go finish your biscuits. They go finish your sweet. When Shakara don't handle. Don't let them see you finish. They go finish your biscuits. They go bring your life. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready now?
This is the end of where I see you. I bring up my guy. Dele Farotimi.
Oh, Lagos.
I just want that to have gotten a new phone. Just so you know, the latest Impunity. Bye bye. I'm busy tonight. Book a session. Book a session with me.
I feel the building. That was a big. Throw me, got it, pour me, got it. Mama phone is nice. All these phone brands to come and sign me. Everyone there.
The best meeting Michael Jackson. I'm not out. Meeting Michael Jackson.
Now yo! can officially call Impunity for my chat show. You know what I'm talking about. Dele Farotimi. Remix it.
I get money on the people of Boso. Shebi na you dem sabi. Shebi na you dem call me. I want to dance.
I want to touch, you know what I'm talking about. Now you go back. Say make it love in our idea. Let's let go. Because we do chat room with your dad.
That's a beautiful police. For this place, I don't they overdo things. If you're not careful, I'll get together and leave now.
It's a different number, different button, different kind of style. Oh God, I know. I'm waiting for.
So why you don't go down?
Mr. Dele Farotimi in the building. The man himself. Yo, what is waiting for you? There is somebody for you. We have in here, he calls himself an agitator, someone that is passionate about Nigeria. I remember one of his quotes. Don't die in their war. Pick your own war. Hey! The man that is... This man is too head-busting.
How you
The
doing?
only man that decided to start a riot with himself by his expression. I don't know how to qualify you. And I must say, first of all, that a big thank you to you for coming on this show.
It's a pleasure, bro. It's a pleasure.
Myself and my team were so excited when I put it up on media that you were going to come, you know. People were just saying, are you for real that it's going to come? And I say, yes,
No.
it's coming.
See, that's because there is a misunderstanding. Let me just clear something up quickly. Let me clear this up quickly. In Islamic tradition, you have what is called the dawah. That is evangelism, Abi. So you preach the religion, right? I am an evangelist. My job is to preach the gospel of a better Nigeria to Nigerians. So wherever I am invited to speak, I am excited because there is a need to speak some senses into ourselves.
Yes, sir.
If that is the only way we can slap ourselves away. So let's be clear about something, Arole. I am the one who is grateful. I am grateful for the opportunity to connect with your fans. Nobody's an agenda. I sit on my own corner. And let me take the opportunity to just say this. But let me just quickly say this.
It's fine.
Because it's very important. I have seen a few things trending online where people are. So I even saw some people post some banner, Dele Farotimi for Senate. Let me be clear. Those who have known me, I'm over 52 years old now. I have been a bad boy. I'm a Nigerian. I have done everything any Nigerian would do to survive in Nigeria, except steal. At least I've done my best to stay my head above water. Here is what I'll say. Take my word to the bank. I will never seek political office. That's not what I'm about. I'm not about that. Perhaps if the 1999 Constitution is done away with, and there is ever a constitution that says we the people and truly means it, I might become interested. But let us be clear, I am not interested. I am not looking for it, appointive or elective. That is not my purpose. Thank you very much.
You know,
no, so that it is clear to everybody and there is no ambiguity. I am not asking anybody for anything. I'm not looking for anything beyond the fact that I don't believe we are intellectually impaired, and I cannot understand the schizophrenia with which we live when we step outside Nigeria, even to ordinary Benin or Togo. We become human. And then we step back into Nigeria and we suddenly become some subhuman who is existing in a subhuman manner. And that is not acceptable to me. If I can survive it, what about my children? I know they will not survive it. They are being raised as if they are growing up in a rational society. I'm giving them values that are inconsistent with the country they will inherit from me. And so are you. And those who have left, what have they found where they have gone? Their knees on their throat. The white knees are on the throat outside Nigeria and everywhere the black man goes. And right here in Nigeria, their knees are also on our throat. So it's time we spoke some truths to ourselves. We cannot continue to live like this. My purpose is not, I'm not looking for political office of any sort, and nobody can bribe me. I'm happy. See, there is more to life than money. May God rest Ajimobi's soul if there is rest for the dead. But what I'm saying is, with all the money that the gentleman amassed in his lifetime, he's gone without taking a dime. Abba Kyari has gone without taking a dime. There are countless others, unsung, unknown, who have died without taking a dime. None of us will take anything. So I've seen enough of life. I've lived a good life. See, anything. I'm having fun. At the end of the day, each and every one of us will answer our maker. Forget all the hypocritical posturing and vacuous religiosity. At the end of the day, it's your heart that God is interested in. What have you done? Have you fulfilled your purpose? If he's making you see problems, it's because he either wants you to just yarn like I'm yarning, like agogo mokon pariwo. Call me a dog. If you can't be a god, be a dog. At least back. If you can't make a difference in the other person's life, you can't give the homeless child on the street, you can't give them money, speak on their behalf. You can't visit the prison like I can't. I can't. It's dehumanizing. It's bad enough out here. Imagine what's going on in there. But at least I can speak for the person who is in prison. So let's be clear, brother. I just want that cleared up because I've been seeing some funny things online. I have no interest whatsoever. I not get interest. Me, I have no interest. Let's be clear. The day you hear it, know that somebody has removed they've lobotomized me, removed my brain. I'd rather die first. Forget about it. I have no interest. So let's be clear about that. I think I have spent enough time on the subject just because it needs to be cleared up. There are too many funny people in Nigeria, and a lot of people are up to their usual mischief. What am I doing that Yele cannot do if I'm running? What can I do that Mogalu cannot do? How much brain do I have to do? I don't have the time. It takes a particular level of conceit and madness to think you can lead 200 million people. I'm not that conceited. But my ego is much bigger. I want a Nigeria that other black people can run to, not a Nigeria from which my children have to run from. So that's my own purpose. Let's just be clear about that. Thank you. I love the sound of my own voice. What I do that?
I just thought you were asking me on WhatsApp. I was praying that this man
most of I said I'm gonna have fun. At the end of the day, think about it, brother. I've been shouting like so a lot. Even my wife sometimes looks at me like I'm mad. You're just making noise. Nobody is hearing you. And then all of a sudden, you lot decide you want to give me a microphone. Think about it. What is there not to talk about? I go crazy every day. I look all around. You spoke about my hair. Think about it. I wake up in the morning and I know that there is a man in a prison cell somewhere. And all he did was to demand that they do things differently. I didn't agree with Yele's language when he started out. And I made it clear to him both publicly and privately. But let's be clear about something. Who the heck is anyone who says is in government to think that they have the right to censor what another man can say and the same hypocritical lot have absolutely no problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever with freeing Boko Haram repentant. What do you mean repentant? Your job as a government is to bring justice to the terrorists. It's for God to be forgiving them. Young people strapped with bombs killed, and then you are talking about my ear. Your country is already going to pieces and tatters. It's a madhouse, and you're focusing on my ear. Look around you. Everywhere you look, if you live in Nigeria, although that your study is looking like you're abroad, there is nothing about our country that should not make you mad. Your generators popping left and right. I beg, bros, now your show, make I not run now. Run your thing.
Even my brother, he said something, he almost joked. You know what I'm excited about this show? I had to, when I saw the interview on Arise TV,
yes, bro.
I said I needed to look for you. I was the one that tweeted at you. And I've also, part of my purpose is not just for entertainment. I want my platform to be for voice. People are watching this from all over the world. This video is going to be syndicated on YouTube, and it's huge. We are connected to over 1.7 million people across the globe.
Good.
So
that shows you what the Nigerian creativity can do when it is unfettered by the madness of the Nigerian state and its governance system. You sit in this madness and you are able to garner that level of followership with your creativity. If anything, the only thing that would have happened to your business is that the Nigerian state is stifling you, either with its crazy infrastructure or with its tax regimes or with its regulatory, or something or the other about Nigeria must be working against your interest. You are fighting almost like you are fighting against the wind. And the very force that should enable you is the one restraining you. Is a country of pain. Every expression of the Nigerian state with you is painful. Every time you come across the state is with pain. So, bros, I applaud you that you guys in the creative industry have allowed yourselves to rise above the madness of the immediate environment from which you have risen. And as Fela has said, to a very large extent, some of you have also managed to keep it related to our society. Thank you very much once again. I'm happy for the platform.
Now, I want to have this question. We have started already. This is not going to be a conventional, usual interview.
Conventional.
For people that are joining again, people are saying, "Who is this man that is just looking?" So his name is, I love to call him Barrister, but says he's retired. So this is Mr. Can I say Mr.?
Dele Farotimi is sufficient. Every day. It's just Dele Farotimi. Yeah, I trained as a lawyer. I still, once you're a lawyer, you're one for life, really. I just don't practice anymore. That's all.
So this is Dele Farotimi. That's all. I think that is very good.
That's sufficient, isn't it? Lawyers never retire. We die as lawyers, but I just don't. It's not so pleasurable anymore. When you know that the law you know does not matter, so what does it matter? And I can't play that game.
Hey!
I can't play that game.
You're really spilling some truth, and it's your expression, what you're saying is so much that the only thing that I could just do is just laugh, because if I to look at it deeply, it's really exactly. And I want you to answer this question in all sense of sincerity. Is there any hope for Nigeria?
Of course there. Let's be. I'm not a pessimist. Look. The West would take any refugee that has money to bring to the West. If I was, and I'm saying this with all sense, if I is there out in the open, if you check the American exit and immigration procedure, I'm sure there will be something that qualifies you if you have money. I'm sure if you check Britain as well, something will qualify you if you have the money. I am certain that if I liquidate my asset, I will be welcomed if I decide to go to either of those two destinations. But I was born a Nigerian. And I have been blessed that in my younger days, I lived for a brief period outside Nigeria. And what I have found is that I wasn't born to live in any one of those places. It's not about money. The truth is that I was born, the apple tree will not grow in Lagos, but the coconut tree will flourish. I was born to live in this country. Now, having been born to live in this country, I also realized that God would not make me see the things I'm seeing and find them abhorrent if to be tolerated by me. That I am seeing them and that I am uncomfortable with them and that they make me a madman, because the only way you can remain sane in this insane environment is to become mad. So if that same God still on this throne, I know I'm not going anywhere. This is my country, and I know it can be by far better. Now, having established the fact that I have no intention of going anywhere, and this is my own country, I have traveled in this country a little, not as extensively as I would have loved to. But the little I have seen of Nigeria and its people, we're a beautiful country, from south to the north. I've been to several parts of the northern part of Nigeria. I've seen the industry of the several tribes. We in the south are generally ignorant about the northern part of Nigeria. It's a vast territory comprising of vast numbers of tongues, diverse human beings. But we are down here in the south, everybody is Hausa up there. And if he's rampaging since the Buhari years, you say he's a Fulani. So generally, we have lumped a whole lot of people together in ignorance because we don't know our own country. They have divided us. I have also been fortunate to know a bit of the Southeast, socially and in the course of being a young lawyer when I worked with a particular firm, and I was the one that was generally sent to the Southeast. So I saw a bit of the southeastern part of Nigeria, and I know the South as well. I'm fortunate to have befriended a few people. I know our country to the extent that a 52-year-old Nigerian would know Nigeria because there was a time when you could actually travel around in this country with some relative. In fact, there was significant safety when I was growing up. Now, I know that if you took off or you tweak the governance system in a manner that assures that the people are clearly defined, you understand who the citizen is. It is not a situation as we have now, where you have multiple layers of citizenship, because the Nigerian citizen is not significant. Instead of our nation, we don't have one. We have a state. Because what you have are multiple levels of citizenship where certain persons have rights that are by far more than what is available to everyone else. It is the impunity that has to be exercised in preserving those rights that have been considered to certain individuals who have taken those rights in the name of tribes. So a Fulani man, the average Southerner will say the Fulani man is his oppressor. But the Fulani man is the one that is suffering the most, even though some people have appropriated rights in his name. The Yoruba man, some people will speak on my behalf, and yet they don't represent my interest. So they will speak on your own behalf as well, but I'd rather be able to speak on my own behalf rather than have some person aggregate my rights and presume to speak on my behalf. What has happened in Nigeria is that citizenship has been discounted. So it's become impossible to even focus on the capacities of the citizens of the country. So you have a situation where our governing system is what has, look at your own situation. If you had to be Nigerian based in the entirety of your operation, you would have been crippled. There are significant parts of your operations that are dependent to a very large extent on support systems that are outside this shop. Now, fact is this, what has happened is that instead of the state being the facilitator, the Nigerian state has become a restraining factor because it is not structured for the benefit of all. It is structured for the benefit of a few. So we have a feudalized system where there is a super class that is significantly above the law. In fact, it is above the law, except when they have issues amongst themselves. And then they begin to employ the instrumentality of the same law that they had together unleashed against the weaker citizen or the one that had become disadvantaged from their own class. So you have a situation clearly illustrated to us, by, for instance, by the hypocrisy of the Magu situation. Here comes a man in whose respect you had received a security report from your own state security services 5 years hence. You did nothing about it. It was not enough. You did nothing. Now that it is politically expedient to remember the security report that was written 5 years ago, the same man that had been busy chasing everybody else around suddenly became a crook. He didn't become a crook last week. It was one 5 years ago. The DSS said so. So the problem with Nigeria is not corruption, it is impunity. The capacity of men to decide who the law should apply to and to whom it may not apply, when it might apply and when it might not apply. That is classic feudalism, where the Sultan, and in this case, the Sultan does not need to be a Fulani. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan was a Sultan in Nigerian government. Obasanjo was the worst of the sultans. So you, instead of having the rule of law, you have the rule of men. When you have the rule of men, even capital runs away. So foreign investors will not come into your country because they know your president might wake up the next day and maybe he had a good one with his mistress who is unhappy with the MD of the company that has brought the investment. And on account of her animosity, she might just persuade the Oga after a nice cordial and willy that, oh yeah, fire them. And that will be the end of it. So the law does not rule in Nigeria. Those are the situations that makes Nigeria seem unworkable. If we can fix our structures, we are by far blessed, more blessed. Why would anybody want to go to Canada? Think about it. An Arctic wasteland. You can plant in Nigeria all year round. You see a man born for the warm weather of Africa. He's bundled up in 3 layers of winter clothing because of these wicked people who have made sure that Nigeria will not work. So, brother, Nigeria can work. Nigeria will work. It must work. I won't die happy if I don't know that the prospect has been made or at least achieved for what is clear that Nigeria is capable of achieving. Nigeria is a fantastic place. It's a beautiful country. The people are industrious. The people are hardworking. We are not thieves. It's our leaders that are crooks. They are the ones giving us bad names. But the people calling us crooks, they know because they see what they bring to their countries and they look at all of us and it's convenient for everybody to call us crooks. They are the ones who are in cahoots with the Western nations because the monies they steal from us go to the West. The hush puppies are the little boys. So please, Nigeria can be a lot better than it is. It's only like this because of the evil governance system. There is nothing wrong with us, nothing to us. We're a beautiful country with good people. I hope I have answered you. I warned you. I love the sound of my own voice.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dele. You know, the
You're
numbers
welcome.
are really increasing. A lot of people are coming in. People are telling their friends that, see, this is how it's meant to be done, which I appreciate.
We are not thieves now, bros. We are not thieves. We are not thieves. We are not thieves. We are not thieves. I've seen Nigerians. I've seen how contented our people can be. I've seen how contented our people can be. I see them hardworking. You see them on the road in the morning, 4:35. They've woken up in buses. They're talking COVID. Our people can't even afford to think about it. They can't sit down at home. They can't think about COVID. They have to go out. They have to find something to eat. There is no support anywhere, nothing. The little that they are selling again, some stupid policeman will come. He will scatter everything. Council will come. He will take. This one will come. One alaye will come. Every interaction with the state that should at least give them some level. Even if you can't give them money, leave them alone. Don't make their lives more. We are not bad people. We are not bad people. We are a good country. We are good people. Our people are good-hearted. We were much better than this, and we still are. It is the system that has conditioned us. Look, it's impossible to remain sane when the system itself is insane. It's impossible. However hard you might try, there is only so much you would achieve, because every system is designed to produce something. You can't set up a system that is meant to produce ice cream. I've said this before. Every system, if I posted something online today where I was talking about insanity, normalized insanity. The fact of the matter is that when you enter a Nigerian roundabout, especially in Lagos, you have to abandon your senses immediately. Because if you bring that your stupid Oyibo driving sense to the Lagos roundabout, you're a dead man. You think you are the one, you think he's the one that has right of way, and you are stopping for him to go. He's abusing you. Now, the one behind you is hooting. And if his brake is not so good, which is not impossible, you've got a dent in your car. And they both think they are right. And God forbid that you are the one trying to come into the roundabout. You have the right of way at the roundabout. The two of them are coming with the belief that they are the owners of the road. And you are a bad driver. When you enter it, they will smash your car. It will take a corrupt policeman who might not even know the law to come and interpret your rights to you. So, brother, we are not a bad people. It's the system. If you fix the Nigerian system, it's like telephoning. The fact that Obasanjo, with all his bellicosity and everything, at least he made sure telephony that is the basis of what you and I are using today. Look at what telephony has done for us. That's why you have a platform. You don't have to go and imagine if MTA is the only thing that we have. You would have to know Lai Mohammed before you can have a platform from where to showcase your talent. But now you have been liberated because there is technology to liberate you from the constraints of the system. So the more you can liberate the people from the system, the better it is for all. But the need to create these undue advantages and create a superior class and a lower class, the impunity, that space between the rule of law and the impunity is where you find the corruption that they are always shouting about. But the shout about corruption is just distraction. The real problem is impunity. Let the law apply equally to all. And then you make some sense. Even Magu, you are already infringing his rights. But please, it's your show. Let me not forget.
See, let me tell you this. I think our choice of bringing you on this show is one of our wisest choices. Yes.
And let me go thank God then. Let's go thank God.
Yes. And I must say that, because when I spoke to some of my team members, I had to refer them to that Arise stuff that he had. And some of them watched it and were just staring at the phone that, who is this man? I didn't know when I listened to it for 30 minutes. Now, my next question is this. You've said it. I also believe it, that there is hope for Nigeria. Nigeria is a beautiful place. We are lovely people, lovely cities. Now, my next question is this. What do you think is the way out for Nigeria?
Yeah, let me make this clear. The difference between a revolution and an implosion is the presence of an alternative view. When there is an alternative view on the table that lays out a vision for the future that is stronger than the existing system, and then you take the time to educate the people and then mobilize them around that central idea, then it becomes possible it becomes very possible to make sure that instead of having implosions, you then have a non-violent revolution. Let me clear something up. The Nigerian state has done a fantastic job of criminalizing the word revolution. And I've attempted to explain this on Arise TV. I am working on the book I set out to write originally, and I'm finishing it in the next few days, and it should be out for release next month, where I'm making a clear and intellectual argument for why Nigeria requires a turnaround. Now, what is a revolution? A revolution means, in simple terms, a turn around. The way we are right now, we are heading towards a certain disintegration and multiple combustion. Nigeria is already fragile, rendered fragile by the divisions festered and fostered by the system. If you have tolerated militancy in the Niger Delta to the point where the state itself is more or less a tenant of warlords paying ransoms to warlords in the Niger Delta before it can extract the wealth of the Niger Delta, which it leaves despoilated with massive environmental damage, making it almost inhabitable for the people living there. The state is no longer able to provide security to those people because it itself is a tenant in its own territory in vast parts of the Niger Delta. It is not by accident that most international oil companies have left the onshore fields and have moved offshore. Aside from the issue of profitability, there is also the issue of security. The issue of hostage taking in the Niger Delta has only gone down significantly, mostly because aside from the ransom the state itself has negotiated and is definitely paying to the militants there is no white man to kidnap. They are all mostly offshore now. If you go to the northeast, the northwest, the Nigerian state is already fragmented. Even in the president's own home state, the Nigerian state has failed in the most basic of its responsibilities to the Nigerian people. There is a social compact theory. What it says is that the people came together to form the state because they want to be sure that lives will be protected and properties would also be protected. So they gave up their rights, and these were given to the state, who then agrees to protect all of them. In the most basic of this duty, the Nigerian state fails serially every day. The president's own state is fast becoming a no-go zone. So you have a situation where, as we are today, the fact is that there has to be a turnaround, and there will be. But it is only the state and our rulers that gain in the event of violence. Every time there is violence, somebody is selling guns and somebody is buying guns. Somebody is pocketing differences. Dasuki spent like 5 years in custody because of God knows how much humongous amount they were quoting because of arms deals. If there wasn't a Boko Haram war, there would be nobody sharing any booty. It is the same story and has been the same story. Okutimo in the Ogoni war days. And it's always been that. The Nigerian people suffer when these things happen. But the Nigerian rulers benefit. The state emerges stronger because all it really wants is the capacity to be able to extract value and preserve the right of the rulers, not the interest of the citizens. So the problem we have here is that we have become locked into a cycle from which we must break. There are alternatives. And here is what I'll say. Because I've used the word revolution, I want to be careful to clearly define what I mean. If we said to ourselves, you know what? If we went out on the street, they will shoot. They will say we are inciting violence. But we have educated the people and we say to the people, please stay at home on Monday. For this reason, you would have presented them a vision behind which you are mobilizing them. So they are bought into what they have to be invested in the vision. Nobody revolts on anybody's behalf. The people themselves must recognize the need to turn around. It cannot be you and I speaking Dogon Turenchi on Instagram. Wasiu, that is doing Fokanizer on the street, must understand and make the connection between the evil system and the fact that he cannot send his own children to schools. He must be able to make the connection between the daughter that died of typhoid because there is no health center. I saw some fools online arguing that because I said 774 local government, 774 health centers, Some people were arguing that we had 30,000. I looked at the fools. One of our rulers died in Osun State. I learned that one of his fellow idiots opened his mouth and said that the man died because they couldn't fly him abroad. What about the poor man that can't even go to UCH? So it's so bad that even they recognize that they have ruined everything. COVID will teach everyone. In fact, comrade, COVID, welcome. Those who will die will die. Those who remain will remain, but we'll borrow our self-senses before this is over. So please, brother, the fact is our system is what has hobbled us. We are not a bad people. And there is a lot that can work if we tweak our system. That tweak to the system is what demands a turnaround. The book I wrote, I enclosed the 59-page draft constitution. All I did was to suggest that we go back to where we were before we lost our way in 1966. The last constitution of Nigeria that can legitimately claim we the people is the 1963 constitution. The 1999 constitution is fraudulent in the extreme when it claims that we the people. What people? Abdul Salam and his cohort, they are we the people. Obasanjo will be one of those we the people. I am not one of those people. My interest is not protected by that constitution. The interest of my children is not protected by that constitution. The fact of the matter is that only an insane person, and let me say this, because I know that they also know that this system has become unsustainable. I know that they would also be planning some fraudulent document that they want to foist on us. The fact is that we must not and cannot accept that, because these people are not our representatives. They represent themselves, not the Nigerian people. If they were representing us, we will not be in the mess in which we are in. So my own purpose is to let our people see. Nobody is going to throw any stone. I'm not going to let stupid security goon come and claim that I was looking to overthrow I'm not overthrowing any Nigerian state, but I am demanding as a citizen, even though you might seek to deny me my citizenship, you need to confirm to me that I'm no longer a citizen with the right to demand better governance and a better alternative for my country. You need to define it for me. You can demonize Yele and claim that he said he's going to overthrow your government. I'm not saying that, but I'm demanding as a citizen, and that is the purpose of my own life. We cannot continue like this. Something has to change. Something has to change. This is not normal. This is not normal. We should not continue to pretend to ourselves that this is normal. When you go to London, the moment you get to London, in fact, they are open, in fact, almost the moment you enter the aircraft, you become sane. But the moment you get to Nigeria, you know that that's your sanity. If you don't ditch it, you will die before you reach home from the airport. If you still carry your British mentality and you are walking around on the Nigerian street, carry that your British mentality, carry it, enter one of our roundabouts if they will not smash your car before you get home. So fact of the matter is that we've all become schizophrenic. I've said this before, and that is not normal. If we can survive that, what about our children whom we have lied to? We are training them as if they are going to live in a safe. Look, I dare say that those children that you see on the street begging you, see where you are, your children, you are in the car, they are begging you, see that they are better equipped to live in the Nigeria that you see today than your children and mine. They are better equipped. So if you don't do something, if we don't do something in our lifetimes to make sure that this country turns around, I fear for our children. They can't survive it. And you better get that clear. I fear for them. Some of your children can't even enter public transport. You are here speaking Dogon Turenji. In the look, I warrant to say that at least take away the Uber app. At least 90% of the children of the Nigerian middle class, from lower to upper, cannot enter public transport. They don't even know how to enter the bus. And yet their fathers grew up jumping molewes. But the children must not be allowed to see the suffering. We were SAP children. We grew up in the age of SAP, in poverty. So our children were, we grew up believing that our children must not experience what we experienced. So we gave them everything. The butter that when we were growing up, you eat your yam with oil sometime because it was during the year of this same pestilence of this Buhari man. He was the one. We ate our bread bare. You killed to buy milk in this country. We grew up like that, but we decided that our children must not experience anything like that. Now they are growing up in a society where, whether they like it or not, if we don't do something, not only will they queue for sugar, they will queue for salt. We are on the road to Mogadishu, the way we are going. Almost all of these rulers have alternative passports. Their wealth are not here. We are the ones who are here, those of us who have elected to stay, because this is where we are born and we are not going anywhere. But we can't just sit down and be claiming this is where we are born. We are not going anywhere. We have to make sure that we live a better Nigeria for our children. But this is beyond belly aching. Those of us who believe that Nigeria needs to be better, we need to start speaking out. The Elijah sentiment, or shall I say the Elijah syndrome, once made me think that I was alone. But I have found in recent days that there are actually so many of us out there, just that people have either lost their tongues or the system has killed their capacity to speak. But it is important. If the only thing, I said it on Arise the other day, people have different purposes. It might very well be that the entire purpose of my own life is to speak, to awaken others. That might be all I was born to do. But I would have failed if I am given the opportunity to speak, and then by some self-imposed constraints, I will meet to speak my truth and the truth. So, as I tweeted earlier in the day, the truth is an offense. It is not a sin. It's a foolish dog that barks at a flying bird. For anyone to think that there is some sort of, me don't die, tete. Go to page 268 of Do Not Die in Their War. Go and read it, page 268, the day I died. You would understand. I mean, don't die, tete. So we don't pass the person where they're going to take off all their issue, shakara. Forget all that story. This country must be transformed. This is not about a change of personnel. Change of personnel will not save Nigeria. Nigeria's problem is beyond that. If you line Dele Farotimi up, 10 of us, to succeed one another without touching this system, the system will conform us, even if we refuse to conform. And if we refuse, it will kill us. It is the system that we need to be focusing on, not any personnel change. So if anybody is saying they can change Nigeria on the force of their own character, they are lying to you. I know as a fact, and I came to that knowledge in 2014, that Nigeria's problem is not about a personnel change. Nobody, I repeat it again, no matter how intelligent, no single individual in office under the 1999 Constitution can change Nigeria. Thank you.
So I must say that we are really grateful. In fact,
thank you very much.
It's really, this interview is eye-opening, highly thought-provoking. And before we proceed, I must say, guys, you need to follow Mr. Dele Farotimi. The exam is there. I'm sure it just got on the media not long. A lot of people have been looking for you. Follow him also on Twitter, Dele Farotimi. I follow you. I was the one that tweeted that, you remember?
Yeah.
I said I need to get across to this man. You know, I need it, and I'm excited.
Thank you very much. There is always a godly design in everything. There is a God design. God is a designer, ultimately. I didn't know you. I've seen your skits online. I must say a big shout out, for instance, to Basketman. I don't know him from Adam. I've seen him. For whatever reason, God decided that there was going to be a collision of time, chance, and opportunity. Send me your platforms. But this is something that we must all recognize is about all of us. And I appreciate the spirit in which you gentlemen you've done fantastic jobs of offering me the platform that God has enabled you to create. And I am really grateful for this. So please, bros, I'm midday grateful. Thank you very much. But please, whatever else you do or do not do, I need to, because I'm seeing some of the things that are going up, and there is one particular issue that I must address. I'm seeing separatist people, Biafra Republic, Odua Republic people dropping their things up and down the place. Let me just say this. Some of them are genuinely misguided, and the issue must be addressed. Me, I'm a nationalist, but I didn't start like this. I have once headed a separatist group in Nigeria, Binukonu, a Yoruba group that was affiliated to Afenifere. And we were the more extreme because we were younger and we saw the oppression of the Abacha years and the injustice of June 12. And we succumbed. We fell for the propaganda and allowed ourselves to convert Abiola's nationalistic mandate into a tribal one. So we fell for it. Chukwumerije did a fantastic job. So we took it as a grievance for the Yorubas, misunderstanding that it was more of a national problem. It was a crisis that affected all Nigerians. It wasn't done, even if it was done in the name of the North, in the name of the Fulanis, it wasn't about any Fulani or anybody in the North. It was about the individuals who were struggling for power. But I developed and grew, and I came to realize that separatist agitations are distractions. There are three major tribes in Nigeria: Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani. We tend to lump them together. And then there are several minority groups. What most Nigerians tend to forget is that these minority groups, as a block, they are actually larger than any of the three supposedly larger ethnic groups. Now, none of these minority groups want to be part of any of the stupid republics that anyone might be touting. They don't want to come and become victim to the marginalization. They can see that even here in Lagos State, where we all live and is relatively free in Nigeria, each person knows the boundary of his father's land. And some people are already shouting marginalization. They can see that in Oyo State, the Okeogun man is marginalized and cannot be governor because the Ibadan man is exercising a veto. So the marginalization story is not about tribe, it's about interest groups. So when you now begin to shout that you want to do Odua Republic, you want to do, what does the Eguman have in the Odua Republic that you want to form? What is going to be the right of the Riverine Yorubas? Where do you think the northern minorities, you think they will be happy in an Arewa Republic with their history of Fulani enslavement? They don't want to be any part of any Arewa Republic. And I assure you, none of the Niger Delta people want to be part of Biafra. The effort to get these tribal enclaves is too much. The price is too high. It's better to fight for an equitable Nigeria that is equal for everybody, where we are all equal under the law. The battle to get that is easier than the battle to break Nigeria, because the largest ethnic group in Nigeria, the minority, would never agree. They know that what awaits them in any of these so-called utopian republic will be more marginalization than what they already experience within Nigeria. So any effort that anyone is making towards breaking Nigeria into some stupid utopian republic is a waste of time. So let's be clear. Me, I'm not any part of any secession, and I think all our secessionist, separatist agitators should look at themselves well. Sometimes they might even unwittingly be working for the same system that they claim to be fighting, because somebody is definitely picking up the tab. Thank you.
Mr. Dele, at this point, normally for our interviews, most of the time we do 20 to 30 minutes. But we had no
Sorry.
No. You have to come and see me. One of our team, but we had no choice than for you to express yourself, and
Thank
we
you very
actually
much.
extended the time. It's not just interesting to us. It's like I said, Tola, what do you say to eye-opening, thought-provoking, you know. Some of us are going to go back, and he said something quite germane, and it's very, very important. You know, it's like a wake-up call, something awakening us. And like, which I really say I appreciate. I want everyone to follow you on Instagram. These are people worth following, or what do you think? Yeah. I follow you. Follow this young man on Instagram. Follow, and I also plead on behalf of myself and a lot of people that we appreciate if you tweet more of your thoughts, because we cannot joke with the power what the media carries.
I will. Look at it. I intend to.
You know, we have millions of people watching this. I'm sure tonight people are going to send DMs to you. People are going to give.
Yeah, my Nigeria is too small. Look all around you. We are an endangered species. The Chinese are having second children. We are busy faffing around. They are already coming to Africa to roast corn. We have to get it right and quickly. So, my brother, please, my eternal gratitude for the opportunity.
No, God we are more grateful. We are more grateful. We are that we beckon on you. We put a call through, and you were not looking at who is this guy. He's one skit maker like that, and which I commend. I must commend you on that, you know, because we've tried to reach out to some people, and they're like, "What's I really doing there?" And, you know, the ability for you not to just trivialize based on the fact that, oh, who is that person? I think is highly commendable, and I must say that you are not just a man of your word or what you're saying, but any people can talk, but you are someone of action, and I see that in you, your humility, ability to say, okay, you know, your truthfulness, sincerity. You know, which I must commend. Like I said, this young man that I'm sitting in front of, Tola, this man will talk about Nigeria for 5 years. No, sorry, 5 years is small. For how long? This man can sit down like this with me and keep talking and keep talking. It's so evident that he's passionate about this country. Not just about this country.
It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful country. Brother, I say this to you. Nigeria is a beautiful country, and our people, oh, do you know, it's so painful when I see the way they fragmented us. We're beautiful people. Take away the hate, the thought, they've taught us hate, because if the Yoruba man is not busy hating the Igbo man, as if the Igbo man is the one taking the oxygen from his, my brother, please, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity. Me, I'm the evangelist. Anywhere you call me, I'll come and preach. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
And as we're talking, excuse me, to show how much this has really gone, there's a particular guy that is meant to be at work now, but I had to take a pause from work just to watch this interview from Frankfurt. People are watching this from Frankfurt in Germany. You know,
thank you, everyone.
You know, some people are watching this. Yeah, from Dublin. I saw someone from Dublin. United Kingdom, thank you, people from America. So we are connected to the
They all need to come back home. It's going to be made better. Everybody needs to come back home. But how do you call them back when this madness is here? Do you know the kind of code because of the nasty bastard to Babi Jeff everybody? They ran a nobody wants to leave Nigeria. I have never found a single Nigerian abroad that is living happily unless it's in denial. It's the madness that has driven them out. Is the mad people that has, if you have the capacity to leave Nigeria and you are still here, you are a madman. So even whatever you are telling yourself, no matter how much money you have, you are mad. You can't be here if you are sane. It's the same people that have left. We are all mad. So if you are still sane, you say you are sane, living in Nigeria, you are mad. You can't be sane. That's just the truth. Embrace madness. Embrace madness, yeah. But unlike survive no madness. Survive. Can they survive? That's the question I want each and every one of us to go to bed with tonight. If you can survive, if you are equipped to cope with this insanity, your children, can they? Would they survive? Have you stolen enough? Have you packed away enough for them to survive? Or they have 2 passports? The couple leaning on knees are waiting for them abroad. They are black. They are subhuman as far as the white man is concerned. So it be in a Luboboa. We've got to fix it. We've got to fix it. Any choice. We have to fix it. So my brother, we have to fix it. I thank all of them, but sorry, we won't interrupt there. It's just that there is so much to say. There is so much to say. So I'm sorry.
I know. But wow, for everyone watching, this video is going to be syndicated to our YouTube, so you can watch it again. Some snippet of it will be on my Instagram page, so you can watch it again. It's going to be on my IG live, so we can watch it again. And I want to crave your indulgence, sir. Please, this is just a request from me. I think you also need to come on your own Instagram live once in a while. You know,
I don't know how to use all this new technology. I was first, my daughter was the one who registered me on, what's this your thing? They call this one Instagram. But you see, here is the thing. For people like me, that they are blessed with the technology to sit down in my bedroom and not be smelling the fume of mobile police tear gas. At least somebody you can speak your mind as a citizen. If Nigeria is still a free country, nobody should be afraid to speak their minds. If we are no longer a free country, we'll find out in the coming days. But nobody you don't call back a bullet that is out of. Once a bullet is out, you can't call it back. Fact is simple. Bawi aku. Bawi onulanlo. This is not normal. I will not continue to normalize this insanity by remaining complicitly silent. There is no peace in this silence. This is not normal. This is not normal. We can't continue like this. If you don't like the way I have prescribed, prescribe your own way. But you cannot surely determine that a fraudulent document that I had no say over must continue to ruin. In fact, it's so bad now. Not only have you ruined my own present, you are already borrowing my money, my children's money in the future. It's not sufficient that you have ate our own today. You ate our today, you ate yesterday, you ate our own today. Now you are borrowing against our children's future, so that our children will now come and start paying. You are borrowing it, you are chopping it. We are not seeing the return in infrastructure. How? Look around you. What is working in Nigeria? How can we keep quiet like this? What are they using? Are they dake? This is not normal. It's not normal. We shouldn't. It's not normal. We can't keep quiet like this. It's not normal. It might be that the only thing that is left for the like of me to do is to be saying this, so that then you so that you can see it, that this is not normal. It's not normal. It's not normal. How can it be that children, come on, come on, I had my postcode lottery, nothing sent to Alosi primary school. You went to the primary school closest to your house. There were no private primary schools where I grew up in Ibadan. There were less than 5 private primaries. In fact, I'm sure there were less than 5 in the whole of Ibadan when I was growing up. Everybody went to government schools. One of my best friends, Kapo, he went to GCI, Ibadan. He went to Unifair. He's one of the better brains you have in the engineering section in this country. He didn't travel abroad. His father was governor. Almost local government chairman, Melolole lost public schools, Monsing. How? I went to secondary school in my mother's village, Fiditi. My daughter went to Grange. My son went to Grange. Grange, Grange only facility Fiditi grammar school. And we were paying millions. What kind of madness? Poverty, poverty of private wealth. Everybody is impoverished. Whatever you have, you are living in Nigeria, you are a poor man. You are a poor man.
That's true.
That's why they are dying like flies. Okay, sick, but not very àwọn few hospitals táwa middle class people tá à ń rí lò tẹ́lẹ̀ wọ́n ti contaminate gbogbo ẹ̀sìn. They've already colobi everything. A middle class person cannot even go to any one of the hospitals we used to be able to go to anymore. Why would they take us? When all the idiots that would have gone to Dubai, India, America, England, Germany, wherever they would have taken our money to go, they can't go anywhere again. They are now infecting all the hospitals. We can't go to any one of those hospitals anymore. And we are all keeping quiet. Are we mad? Oh, Mugbagbe. Awata gbadun la dúró. Sorry.
We round the applause, please. We need to this.
Brother. Thank you.
Can we just say God bless, God bless, God bless.
God bless you.
God bless you. God bless you.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you very much, everyone.
God bless Dele Farotimi.
Amen.
God
Amen.
bless. God bless.
Amen.
And endeavor to check your DM, because I'm sure after this, a lot of people will send DM to you. They might want to ask you. I'm sure a lot of people want to ask questions. Those that want to ask you, they should reach out to you. Amen.
Amen. I will address people generally. What I'll do is I'll make sure to address people generally, but they must also understand that I'm an old man with a lot of responsibilities in a very crazy environment, and I don't have access, and I don't wish to have any access to the public too. So I still have to find a way to earn a living somehow. So I might not be able to respond to everyone individually, but be sure of one thing. I don't want anything that you don't want. And I'm not interested in any office. I'm not about that. So we're all in this together, and I will respond. Be sure of that, but I might not respond to persons individually. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming for the show. I'm super grateful.
Pleasure.
Our team is grateful. The fans are excited. Like I said, all over the world, this will be kept syndicated so that even we would love to listen to these all over and over and over. I would love to bring you back on the show if you don't mind. Would you come?
Like I said, an evangelist does not turn down the opportunity to preach. If you ask an imam to come and do dawah in a brothel, which is evangelism, he must go. He has a duty to preach to them so that they might convert. If a Christian evangelist is also invited into a den of smokers, he cannot claim that he can't preach to them. He was sent to preach to them. My purpose is to tell our people that this is not normal. So if even the APC is having a convention and it invites me, I will go. If the PDP is having a convention and it invites me, I will go. So my brother, it's my pleasure. I'm an evangelist.
And about your
has
book,
become a dangerous word.
Where can we get your book?
Oh, I know that, well, number one, because I recognize that a lot of Nigerians do not have the money these days. I've made it available free. You can download it for free at delefarotimi.com. It's available free. You can download it. But if you want to buy the hard copy, you can go to either TerraCulture, Freedom Park, Glendora, or Quintessence. I'm not sure where else is available, but I'll make the effort to post a notice to say where they might be able to get it. But if you are happy with an electronic copy, you can simply go to delefarotimi.com and download it for free.
Is it on Amazon too? Is it on Amazon?
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
What's the
title? Dies in Darkness. Sorry?
What's the title of the book?
Do not die in their war. Do not die in their war. Is their war.
Don't start talking about that again. I trust you. You know what I like about you? This is how Mr. Dele is. If you say one line like, Mr. Dele, you're a dark person, your complexion is dark. See what Mr. Dele will go. You see the darkness of Nigeria. You see Nigeria. Then I'm sure that even when your wife serves you a meal in the house, that Mr. Dele, how are you? Or your kids are there playing with you and they serve you rice with vegetables. I say, come and say, you say, hold on. Now, do you know that the vegetative nature of Nigeria is what has made egusi to be beside the rice? So when they say, have this your beer,
Brother,
and you know, he's about to take
out
the
of
beer.
the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. I once wrote a poem where I explained that I'm like a volcano waiting to erupt. There is a lot to say. There will be many days in which to speak. But there's a lot to say. There's a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Guys, go to www.delefarotimi.com to get the book. This book will also be on Woli Arole YouTube page. You can subscribe to it. Once it's out, it's going to be out in less than 24 hours. It's going to be on my page. They're going to syndicate it. Emily, give your wonderful wife and your wonderful children.
I shall do
beautiful
so.
daughter.
Thank you very much.
Tell her that we really appreciate her for putting you on the media so that people like you could reach you and your son.
Thank you very much. I shall do so. Thank you. And my regards to your own family as well.
Oh, I'm planning to have one very soon.
Woli. Oh, Di Marie. Ma?
No, yes, but yes.
You call me.
Oh, Di Marie, what Benny?
What this is?
Arole.
I'm not mad.
Koti Marie. Koti Marie. Show me LGBT kakiri gboro.
It's one of the issues that you guys are having generally, not you.
I'm coming from this area.
Brother, be good.
Hope you enjoyed yourself on the show.
I've had massive fun. I've had massive fun. I said it earlier.
And let's meet on Twitter. And guys, let Dele Farotimi is on Twitter. I love you being active on Twitter. I'll see Twitter tonight and say
no,
and I want people to also follow you on Twitter. Dele Farotimi on Instagram.
Take care of yourself.
Love you so much.
Take care of yourself, bros. Peace.
Thank you so much. You're such a cool person. So when they say the family, ordinarily don't I call you people?
No. You said when you said the family.
Your
first instinct was to say that you don't have a family yet. And wait, are you not my family? Are you part of people? You are not family. You are not family. You are the PRO. You speak for us. I speak for you. Speak for you. You are an evangelist. We are saying finish. You are an evangelist.
So guys, I want to say a big thank you for coming on the show. It's chat room with Arole. So yes, Woli Arole.
So it's not very your Woli Loruko.
No. So that for the website.
Oh, okay.
www.chatroomwitharole.com. This video is going to be on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
It's Jermaine. Yeah, you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
It's will you continue? Guys, it's not funny, really. It's not. It's our YouTube channel, and that is Woli Arole. Woli Arole, that's our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to it. Woli Arole. This video is going to be on it. So, guys, check it out, and you really. We have a lot of guests that we brought on the show. We're going to bring some guests tomorrow. I have a guest on Thursday. I have a guest on Friday. I have a guest on Saturday. I love you guys so much. And once again, I want to thank Mr. Dele Farotimi. You can follow his handle at Dele Farotimi on Instagram, Dele Farotimi also on Twitter. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you.